Hello, everyone! Zach Nighthawk flying into this space with the final episode of the main story of Pokémon XD, Gale of Darkness. In the last episode, we defeated Eldest, the better half of the two elite guards. Now, all that stands in our way of ending Cipher once and for all is none other than their Grandmaster himself, Greevil, the final boss of the game. And the one way to get to him is by going up that elevator to our left. But I'm not going to do that yet. While I was away, I was able to level up most of my Pokemon, yet half of them need my immediate attention. That half includes Melody, Rowley, and Nora. It just so happens that I have some items in my inventory that can help remedy that situation. Got 4 rare candies left over, so might as well use them now. Gonna use 1 on Nora. Nora was elevated to level 50 and wants to learn the move Metal Sound. Should a move be deleted and replaced with Metal Sound? No. And there are a couple reasons for that. One, if I were to replace a move with Metal Sound and use it in a battle that's going to be chock full of Shadow Pokemon, then I would put catching one of them at risk, because Metal Sound harshly lowers a Pokemon's defense. And reason number 2 is I like Nora's move pool already, so no, Nora will not learn Metal Sound. Now, I'm going to use 2 on Growly. That way Growly can get to the level 50 club. Growly was elevated to level 49. Growly wants to learn the move Extreme Speed. I think you know where this is going and why I saved these Pokemon for last. However, Growly already knows 4 moves. Should a move be deleted and replaced with Extreme Speed? Yes. Despite being 15 usages lower and 10 power points lower than Takedown, it's more accurate than Takedown, and it doesn't come with recoil damage. So Extreme Speed will replace Takedown in Growly's moveset. 1, 2, and poof! Growly forgot how to use Takedown, and Growly learned Extreme Speed. There's one last one on Growly, and then gonna give the final one to Melody. Now every one of my Pokemon are in the level 50 club. Gonna give the last one to Melody. Melody was elevated to level 51. Melody wants to learn the move Hypnosis. However, Melody already knows 4 moves. Should a move be deleted and replaced with Hypnosis? This was a much tougher decision to make than having Growly learn Extreme Speed in place of Takedown. Thought about this long and hard, and I came to the conclusion that, yes, Melody will learn Hypnosis. What move will it replace, however? I haven't used Future Sight that much, and also, as you can see, it's not the most accurate move out there. Neither is Hypnosis. In fact, Hypnosis has an accuracy rating of 60. That's 20 accuracy points lower than Future Sight. Sorry, 30 points. But the reason I want Melody to learn Hypnosis is because in case Thor gets knocked out or can't use Thunder Wave to paralyze a Shadow Pokemon, I'm going to need to have a backup in order to make it easier to catch a Shadow Pokemon. Hypnosis is that backup. And if you're wondering about that accuracy, don't worry. I have the call command just in case. 1, 2, and poof. Melody forgot how to use Future Sight, and Melody learned Hypnosis. That's all my rare candies. And I got one more thing to show you guys. Or a few more things to show you. While I was away, I bought 40 Hyper Potions. And now I have 50 Ultra Balls and 60 Timer Balls. I should say that now I have 50... Well, actually I bought 31 Hyper Potions because I had 9 prior to this. 50 Ultra Balls and 60 Timer Balls. Okay. And also while I was away, I did purify 8 Shadow Pokémon. I'll put them up on the screen just to catch you up to speed. All right. It is time. It is time to take on the final boss of the game. Let's do it, everyone.
So you have even come this far. I had no idea that a mere child like you would pursue me this long. Professor Crane, Data ROMs, and the Lair. You alone derailed every one of our well-laid plans. Well, perhaps not just you. The news broadcast by ONBS did not help Cipher's cause at all. However, my Shadow Pokémon plan isn't finished yet. The final act is about to unfold. Having come this far, I think you've earned the right to know what I have planned. The creation of Shadow Pokémon that permanently resist purification. That was the first step. Next, I plan to create an army of Shadow Pokémon that work independently on my orders alone. When this second step is done, I will take over the world without having to rely on bothersome people. And now... let me introduce you to my faithful servant, the one that shall become the central figure in my Shadow Pokémon army. Come forth, XD001! Codename XD001. Now freed of all adjustments, I present to you Shadow Lugia! This Lugia is the first of the Shadow Pokémon that cannot be purified. Now let us celebrate the completion of my Shadow Pokémon plan in advance. Fall prey to Shadow Lugia!
And now, we face the very Shadow Pokémon that graces the cover of this game. XD001 himself, Shadow Lugia. Lugia is, and remains to this day, 6 generations later, one of the most powerful legendary Pokémon ever conceived. In terms of stat distribution, it has, pun intended, legendary defenses, and they're geared that way for good reason. Lugia has a grand total of 5 weaknesses, which is arguably its biggest bugaboo. So understandably, it needs those defenses to help soften those super effective blows at any cost. In addition to being a legendarily defensive tank, once again, pun intended, it's complemented well with high HP and speed. Even while its attack stats lag behind the rest, they're still pretty good at dishing out serious damage. Its ability is Pressure, which means that whenever you use a move against Lugia with it on the field, it will cost 2 usages of PP rather than the usual 1. This particular Lugia, XD001, has 4 moves: Shadow Shed, Shadow Storm, Shadow Down, and a signature shadow attack called Shadow Blast, which is the shadow equivalent of its signature move, Aeroblast. There are a couple of differences between the two. One, like all other Shadow moves, it has unlimited usages. And two, its power is at 80 rather than 100. It still, however, has a relatively high chance of landing a critical hit. Needless to say, XD001 is, once again, pun intended, legendarily powerful. Was it truly resistant to purification like Cipher says it is? I know they're the experts on this matter, but as we've seen in this entire duology, they've been wrong before. Starting out with Melody instead of Thor because there are a few reasons for that. One, Melody has Reflect, which will hopefully help in resisting Shadow Blast that much more. And number two, it has Hypnosis, and I know it's a little bit more of a risk because Hypnosis is infinitely more inaccurate than Thunder Wave, but I'm hoping that in getting it off and putting Lugia to sleep, it won't attack us nearly that much as it would if it were paralyzed. So, gonna start off with Blizzard here, and Melody, because Hypnosis is inaccurate, I'm gonna use the Call command because I am hoping that it will, well, whenever I use the Call command on a Pokemon that's not asleep, its accuracy will be boosted. That way, I can get it, well, that way, Hypnosis will have a better chance at hitting Lugia. Here we go. Shadow Blast, here it comes. Ooh, it hits. Selkie. And Selkie took that rather well. Good. Hoping its special defense stat will help resist this. All right. Good. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna heal up Selkie on this turn because I don't feel like I have much better to do. And if I use Water Pulse, I mean, won't do a whole lot, but at the same time, I'm afraid that that's going to confuse Lugia, and it's going to eventually knock itself out in confusion, which I do not want. And also, yes, even though this battle is staged for us to use the Master Ball, I will not use it here. I will tell you why when that certain event comes around. Another Shadow Blast. Again against Selkie, and again, Selkie does a good job resisting it. Come on, get this. Yes! Kind of scared me at the last second there. And now Lugia is put to sleep. You know what? I'm gonna take a chance and use Water Pulse, even if it risks Lugia getting confused. And on Melody's turn, I'm gonna throw up a Reflect. I'm not gonna throw a ball at Lugia just yet. Lugia's fast asleep. Thank you. Looks kind of goofy when it's asleep. Well, I shouldn't say goofy. More amusing. Doesn't look as menacing when it's put to sleep, as opposed to, well, when it's awake and its eyes are glaring red. Please do not get confused here. Thank you. Well, now I can throw a ball at it. Gonna use an Ultra Ball. I don't think it's appropriate yet to use a Timer Ball. And on Melody's turn, I'm gonna call it, just in case Lugia wakes up again, and I'm gonna have to use Hypnosis again. Might have to keep doing that throughout this battle if it takes that long. Come on! Let's catch Lugia! First try! Let's go! 1. Ah. Boosts its accuracy. Lugia's still asleep. Excellent. Gonna throw another Ultra Ball. And on Melody's turn, I'm gonna call it. Yeah, I was thinking about using another Hyper Potion on Selkie there, but I can wait. 1. Again. Well, I'm gonna try and catch it here. I believe this is my 10th. This would be my 10th Ultra Ball. Melody, you know what to do. One again. Shadow Storm. All right. Okay. Time to put this Lugia back to sleep once again. Let's throw another Ultra Ball at it. Melody, I'm gonna heal you up. Because of how hard Lugia is to catch, I have that many balls and that many potions for that reason alone. Come on. 1. All right. Okay. Throw another, shall we? You know what? I'm just gonna use a Hyper Potion on Selkie here, just cause. That many I can afford to be wasteful. 1. Oh my god. Oh no. Shadow Storm again. Good job taking that hit. ×2. I gotta throw up another Reflect. Oh dear. Wore off at the worst possible time. Well, I think it's more prudent that I throw up a Reflect here. Come on. 1. Okay. Shadow Blast again. I don't like this for, no, I don't like this for Melody at all. Ooh. Melody took that a lot better than I thought she would. Not gonna throw a ball on this turn. I'm gonna heal up Melody. And that way Melody can put Lugia back to bed again. Shadow Storm. Well then, let's get this puppy off. Yes! Now I can get back to throwing snag balls at it. Been here for more than 15 minutes trying to snag this ultimate Shadow Pokemon. He does live up to its billing. One. Well, the more it kicks out, the more I can clear my throat. All right. Catch this son of a biscuit. Okay, once again. Hoping it works. 1. Why? 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 So whenever I think of someone screaming "why," I think of that. I think of Happy Wheels and that couple on the bike getting skewered. Well, at least Reflect is still up. One, 2, 3. Yes! Took me 25 minutes to catch this thing in about 24 snag balls, but hey, we disarmed Greevil's nuke. What do you gotta say now, old man? Lugia! How dare you, child? How dare you snag my Shadow Lugia, my one loyal subject? There's nothing left, but I will personally see to the total destruction of your Pokémon! Fall! And now it's time to battle Grandmaster Greevil himself. Rhydon and Moltres. One of the 3 legendary birds, is starting out this battle. Rhydon is a Shadow Pokémon, and so is Moltres. In fact, all 6 of his Pokémon are Shadow Pokémon, and therefore they can be snagged. Rhydon has Lightning Rod. All right, now we know what ability it has. Thanks, Melody. All right, gonna start out with the bio on Rhydon. Even before getting its completely unnecessary evolution in Rhyperior in Gen 4, Rhydon was a destroyer, and in the first generation of Pokemon games, it was in a class all by itself among ground types. No, seriously, Gen 1 ground types were pretty mediocre in hindsight. Just like Marowak, it'll have Lightning Rod or Rock Head for its ability. Well, we all seen that it has Lightning Rod in this case. I think it always has Lightning Rod in this battle against Greevil. And if it has Lightning Rod, which in this case it does, that'll make it much more difficult to catch any of Greevil's Shadow Pokémon, let alone Moltres. Well, if you plan to, if your preferred method is paralysis. Stats-wise, it's the true definition of a physical tank, with its best stats geared toward attack, defense, and HP, all of which, by the way, are over 100. Upon purification, it will instantly know a couple of really powerful attacks, Earthquake and Mega Horn. Now, on to Moltres. 1/3 of the legendary bird trio, Moltres is a wicked special attacker that is reinforced pretty well everywhere else across the board. Like Lugia and its 2 other legendary avian brethren, it has pressure for its ability, making one move count as 2 whenever it's out there on the field. And whenever that move is used on Moltres. Also, like Lugia, it has its own Shadow move, and in this case, it is called Shadow Fire, which is a 75 base damage attack that has the chance of burning its opponent after impact. Its other Shadow moves are Shadow Hold, Shadow Shed, and Shadow Rush. If we were to catch this Moltres and eventually purify it, those aforementioned moves would be replaced with Flamethrower, Will-O-Wisp, Morning Sun, and Extra Sensory. One more plus to Moltres is that it has almost twice as many resistances as it does weaknesses. Would have been twice if the fairy typing existed here. Alright. Selkie You are going to use... You're going to use Water Pulse on Moltres. And Melody, you're going to use Hypnosis on Moltres. I need to use the call command there. Oh no! Oh goodness gracious. Water Pulse gets off. Please don't knock it out on a critical hit. Thank you. Oh, for God's... Oh no. Shadow End. Uh-oh. There goes Selkie. But at least Rhydon. At least Rhydon's health is lower. That makes it a little bit easier to catch it. Now I'm gonna send out Nora. Okay. I do not want to... Well, actually, you know what? On Nora's turn, I'm gonna try and catch Rhydon. And on Melody's turn, I'm gonna use Hypnosis on Moltres. I'm scared of having to call it because at some point it might get Melody might get knocked out. But let's see if we can catch Rhydon here. Not even close. Come on, get the... No! Really? No, please hit yourself this... Oh, God. Shadow End. And it missed. One time I'm glad Moltres was hit by its own confusion. Hopefully we can catch it. Believe it or not, it's actually slightly easier to catch than Shadow Lugia, but it's still really hard to catch. Come on. Hoping and praying this works. One. Ay, ay, ay. Come on. Really? You missed 4 times? Well, at least you got at least you're not hitting yourself in confusion. Good job taking that. Uh-oh. Thank you for missing. Gonna try and catch Rhydon again on this turn. Melody. Oh. Well, thankfully, I have myself a max elixir. All right. Catch this thing. 1, 2, 3. Much better. What is Greevil gonna send out next? Executor. Gonna wait for this turn to end so I can talk about Executor. Oh, good, it snapped out of its confusion. That's actually a good thing. This, however, is not. Well, at least I can paralyze his Pokemon now that Rhydon is out of here. So, Executor. Speaking of Rhydon, like Rhydon, it's a tank, but unlike Rhydon, it's geared towards special type attacking rather than physical type attacking. Grass Psychic is a unique dual typing, but unfortunately that's going to open it up to many weaknesses. 7 of them, as a matter of fact. I repeat, 7 weaknesses. And if you're wondering if its defenses will soften the blow, the answer to that is not likely. It does know decent attacks upon being purified, such as Ancient Power and Psychic, but since it's a stone evolution, it won't learn any additional moves through leveling up at this point. If there's one TM you should teach it, or anything to pair it with, it would be Sunny Day, since it has Chlorophyll as its ability. That way, it could get off its really powerful attacks without getting outsped by most attackers and subsequently getting knocked out beforehand. Don't get me wrong, Executor is pretty powerful, but given the amount of setbacks I've talked about, it's also pretty overrated. I'm not going to attack Executor here, and the reason for that is because it has Shadow End. Another thing it has in common with, well, his particular Rhydon, that's no longer his, it's ours. I'm gonna use Protect. Melody, I'm gonna heal you up. Just in case Moltres uses Shadow Fire again. And it does. And it's gonna hit Melody, just as I feared it would. But Melody took it rather well. Shadow End. Uh-oh. Oh. Well. Now I can send Thor out there to paralyze his Shadow Pokémon. Nora's turn, I am going to heal you up. And on Thor's turn, I am going to use Thunder Wave on Moltres. Okay, it's paralyzed. Shadow Fire. Who'll you hit? Thor. Thor did a better job than I thought of taking that. Shadow End again. Uh-oh. Oh, God. This does not bode well for me. Now that both of my, status inflictors are out of action. Well, at least I have some revives to help me out with that, if it comes to that. All right, on Nora's turn, I am going to use an Ultra Ball on that Executor. Growly. And on Growly's turn, you know what? I am going to use one of my 3 max revives. This one on Thor, who just got knocked out. Well, time to get revenge on this Executor by catching it. And we do it right here and now. 1, 2, 3. Yes, we can. That's 2 of his Shadow Pokemon that we've snagged. What's next? Tauros. Ooh, baby. And as you can see, its ability is Intimidate, nerfing all physical attacks by 1 stage. Seriously, Moltres can't stop using Shadow Fire. Oh my God. Why? But hey, I can send Thor back out. Alright, so if you're looking for a powerful normal type sweeper that goes first far more often than Snorlax and defends better than Zangoose, here it is, right at the end of the game. Tauros is a damn good leadoff hitter in the sense that that not only does it sweep well and its defenses aren't that shoddy either, getting off its Intimidate ability to start off any battle gives it that unstoppable feeling right out of the gate. I mean, makes sense since it is a bull after all. Its 2 post-purification attacks are Earthquake and Body Slam, which, when inflicted by Tauros, can do some serious damage. But that doesn't mean that its move pool can't be improved upon, since the other 2 moves it relearns are Tail Whip and, of course, our old friend, Refresh. Or Thunder Wave on Tauros. On Growly's turn, I'm gonna use Flame Wheel on Moltres. Gonna be a risk. And I'm hoping that it will resist another fire type attack. Alright, Tauros is paralyzed. Growly used Flame Wheel. Perfect. Well, almost perfect, but Shadow Fire again. All right. Thor, on your turn, I'm going to use the first timer ball of this match, and I'm going to use it on Moltres. Rowley, use Flame Wheel on Tauros. Come on. Let's catch Moltres. Odds are long, but 1, 2. Oh. Okay, not bad. Shadow Sky. The shadowy aura filled the sky. Shadow Fire again. On Growly? Really? Confused by that. All right. On Thor's turn, I'm gonna use a timer ball on not Moltres, Tauros. And on Growly's turn, gonna use one of my hyper potions here on Thor. Come on. Let's make this 3. Let's snag half his team right here and now. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. We've snagged half his team. What's he got now? Articuno. Sensing a pattern here, guys. Articuno, the second of the... well, after Moltres uses Shadow Hold, I don't know why you would do that, but I'll take it. Articuno is the second of the 3 avian legends from Gen 1. Stat-wise, Articuno is the bird that has the most in common with Lugia. It's geared towards defense with 1 less weakness, but that's not nearly as gaudy as Lugia. But its defenses aren't nearly as gaudy as Lugia when it comes to resisting all types of attacks. And it doesn't have the HP to reinforce its defenses. Like Moltres, it does have its own signature Shadow move that does 75 base damage with a chance to inflict an additional status condition. It is called Shadow Chill, and it does come with the chance of freezing the Pokemon it hits. Every legendary bird that he has, I think you all know what his last Pokemon is. Every legendary bird, including Articuno, knows extra sensory upon being purified, but the hallmark attack it relearns is Ice Beam, as opposed to Moltres, which relearns Flamethrower. Look, don't get me wrong, Articuno is a really good Pokemon, but as a legendary, it's certainly not one of the best, and it's arguably the worst of its trio. Again, it's not terrible, but it's simply outclassed when comparing it to the other 2 birds. Okay. Thor, on your turn, I'm gonna throw a timer ball at this Moltres. And on Growly's turn, gonna heal up. Let's catch this buddy. Or birdie. 1, 2. Well, as you can see, it's going far better than Lugia. And here comes Shadow Chill. Yow. And thank God Moltres can't move. Okay, Thor. Use Thunder Wave on Articuno. And I'm gonna try and catch Moltres again on Growly's turn. Come on now. Let's catch him. 1, 2, 3. Oh! Ugh. Articuno is paralyzed as well, and it can't move. But Moltres can. That is not good. And that's it for Growly. Barrage is now coming out. This will double the reward of the prize. This will double the prize money if I win this. And so, of course, Mirage has the amulet coin as its hold item. Without that, I wouldn't be able to get all those balls and potions. Let's try and catch Moltres again. And Mirage will use Feint Attack on Articuno. Come on now. 1. Ay, ay, ay. This time I won. Ugh. It's still, nevertheless, it is still going better than, well, Moltres is paralyzed, and Articuno gets its attack. Who will it hit? Storm. Aye. About time I use one of those max revives. And I'm gonna use it on Melody. Barrage. On your turn, I'm gonna throw another timer ball at Moltres. Not nearly ready to throw one at Articuno just yet. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Oh boy. And now he's down to his last Pokemon. Gee, I wonder what it is. Zapdos. And you know what? I think I know what Pokemon to throw the Master Ball at. But before I do, gotta get into Zapdos. Zapdos is probably the best of the 3 legendary birds, and its stats complement its typing very well. Like Jolteon and Manectric, it's best for special sweeping, but unlike those two, its legendary status allows it to take hits far better. Its resistances outnumber its weaknesses 5 to 2, and its flying type allows it to fully resist ground type attacks. While learning Extrasensory after purification gives it a suitable alternative. Well, I should also mention that learning Extrasensory after purification gives it a suitable alternative to deal with ground, grass, dragon, and other electric type opponents. Speaking of moves, its signature shadow equivalent to Shadow Fire Shadow Chill is called Shadow Bolt. Again, does 75 base damage like the others, but comes with the chance of inflicting paralysis after hitting its opponent. After being purified, Shadow Bolt will be replaced with Thunderbolt, and the other 2 moves it'll relearn are Metal Sound and Baton Pass. If you're looking to replace those 2, it won't learn Thunder until level 85, but if you have a boatload of cash on you, you can go right to the Real Game Tower shop and purchase the TM. That's enough talk about Zapdos. None of what I said matters, because I'm gonna use the Master Ball on it. Well, nothing what I said matters, at least pertaining to this battle. Here it comes. The Master Ball. 1, 2, 3. And now he's just down to Articuno. Shadow Chill again. Oh. That's the one time I'm glad it's not a true ice type attack. Gonna try and chip it down here. Very nice. On feint attack. Alright. Shadow chill again. And Mirage is gone. Now, I can send Melody back out. All right. Gonna throw a timer ball at Articuno. And I'm gonna use a hyper potion on Thor. To end the main story. One, two, three. It's over. Cipher is done. Greevil's been defeated. And the Shadow Pokémon plan dies. Ah!
How? A mere child. A mere child crushed my cherished plan. What? This can't be! It's your fault! I won't forgive! There is no forgiving you! Grandmaster, we're done here! We should blow up Cyndaquil Isle with the child still on it! What? If I did that, our Shadow Pokémon data and our subordinates would be lost as well. Grandmaster, such things can be replaced. We must ensure our own survival. I've readied a helicopter for our escape. We've got to leave now! You're right. Wait. Please wait. You're willing to sacrifice everyone so you can escape? You should be ashamed. Ashamed? Clinging to foolish pride will guarantee Cipher's demise. Cipher must survive. That is our first duty. The Grandmaster feels the same way. Yes, for Cipher's sake, sacrifices must be endured. What are you saying? The Shadow Pokémon factory has been destroyed! XD001 was defeated! Nothing remains of Cipher! Silence! Cipher will live forever! If only this child hadn't! Grandmaster, please give the order to blow up Cyndaquil Isle! Yes, it can't be helped. Don't begrudge his child. Stop! Let's put a stop to this! Father! Don't call him father! Call him the Grandmaster! Father, you've lost sight of what is important. You got carried away by this whole Grandmaster nonsense. It isn't possible to take over the world by producing powerful Pokémon. Just think of this child. This child's pure heart won out over XD001. We were in the wrong. Silence, silence, silence! Why aren't you showing some spine? We've come so far! Cipher is finished. Father, you yourself should know that far more than anyone. Oh. Now please, stand up. This is how it should be. The laws of the land will render judgment on what we have done. Oh! Everything I did, all of it was a mistake. Thanks to your courage, we were finally able to awake from our nightmare. Thank you. You'll have nothing to fear from us ever. Should you return home, you should return home to your family. Let us meet again too. The next time we battle, it won't be as mortal enemies. I will look forward to it.
And that, my friends, was the main story of Pokémon XD Gale of Darkness. Now, before I render judgment myself, I want to point out a few things at the end. Greevil is the first trainer in the history of the series with 7 Pokémon. I know there are plenty of those who hate that concept, but I do give the developers credit for making that work, all things considered. Want to know my personal take on it? All I have to say is, Greevil walks so Ghetsis could run. The other thing is, Gonzap and Team Snagem must have entered the Witness Protection Program. That's the only explanation I could come up with as to why they were allowed in that group curtain call at the end. To this day, it is one of my favorite Pokemon games ever. And along with Colosseum, it was a complete game changer for the series as a whole. Personally, I found Colosseum's story to be strong and simple, and it was complemented well with some really challenging gameplay. With XD, I found that the story kept tremendous balance in being fun to play, challenging to beat, complex to digest, and also just really entertaining to watch. As far as world building goes, the characters bring more to the table, and the different locations in Ori are just so compelling and unique in their own way. Long story short, Colosseum's main story was good, but XD just took it to a whole nother level. A worthy successor indeed. However, just like Colosseum, XD doesn't end with the main story. There's still so much more to do, like clearing Mount Battle again, looking for more Colosseums to participate in, finding Dragonite, the last Shadow Pokémon, and ultimately finding any way possible to purify Shadow Lugia, aka XD001, who everyone in Cipher says cannot be purified. All that and many more await us in the postgame. I'll keep you guys updated when I'm ready, but for now, Zach Nighthawk, flying out.